Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, as you guys can see, we are going to be talking about the narcissist is a storyteller. Yes, the narcissist is a storyteller. So this topic, you guys, is going to be very important because coming into 2020, we are going to be facing many different battles, and in order for you to face these battles, you must understand people as well as understanding yourself. One thing that I have learned in life is that you can't completely know yourself if you haven't been by yourself. If you haven't been out in the world by yourself to the point where you do not really need to conversate with people every time, a situation comes across. You don't feel like you need to seek someone's validation or seek someone to empathize with your situation. Something about me, you guys, that I wanted to share with you guys is that I spent a lot of my life seeking attention, whether it was from family or friends or relationships. And in the moment of being in these connections with different people, in my heart, I did not believe that I needed these people to keep going. And as people disappeared one by one, I yearned for that. I yearned for someone to be there for me. Not understanding at the time that every single person that I experienced in my life, whether it was the people that raised me to any type of relationship, friendship, any person I came across, these experiences I had were going to mold me and prepare me for other experiences. And based on that knowledge, I was going to go through different tests in my life. Every time I went down the wrong direction, I would always be able to bounce myself back because every person I experienced taught me something, even the bad ones. I felt like I needed to speak to someone. And while I'm speaking, it was making me feel better. But when I would get off the phone with these people and I would be by myself, I couldn't handle being alone. I felt like I needed people around to feel semi-okay, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. But the moment that I gave time to get to know myself, to be alone, you have to be alone by yourself to get to know yourself. You cannot get to know yourself when you're surrounded by other people. This is why the narcissist comes in and they influence you to do things, or they manipulate you to do things silently with their words. And it's not like they're forcing you to do things for them, or it's not like they're forcing you to see things their way. They're not forcing you, but they're instilling things in you silently, little by little, until you believe in your heart that these ideas came from you. Because a lot of times we do not know ourselves, and other people will make choices for us because that's what we have been programmed to be. We have been programmed for us to believe that we have to live our lives a certain way when that is not the case. We are programmed to believe we have to get married by a certain age, have kids by a certain age, and a lot of times we don't even know who we are. And then, we have children. And then when, your children are adults, or, you get a divorce, you do not know who you are without these people, because you never got the time to get to know yourself. You rushed yourself into thinking you had to accomplish certain goals by a certain time. But a dream is a dream. And an experience is an experience. In life, we cannot do anything but experience people. And as you're experiencing them, you will catch the red flags, the narcissistic red flags that you know by now, that you know. Your intuition will kick in. Don't ever second guess yourself. Don't ever doubt. If you know the narcissist did or say something and then it changes, they are storytelling. Half the time when a narcissist is speaking, they are storytelling. Narcissists are capable of lying about anything. Diseases, their age, their name, their background, experiences, traumas that they've been through, upcoming events, being married, having kids, where they live, where they've lived in the past. Everything is a lie. One thing that I have learned about narcissists, since, them being everywhere, they can be your neighbors, they can be the people at, at these schools, your teachers, the people at the hospitals, the nurses, the doctors, lawyers, judges, police. These narcissistic people, they like to storytell. They like to play victim. They twist your words and then they project it back onto people that they claim that they don't even like in the first place, like a pack of wolves. And everything that they do and say is to get a reaction out of you. When you get to know people, you need to learn not to react to things that they say. If they share private information with you, you can empathize towards it, but do not allow this person to use what they've been through to manipulate you. The narcissist storytells every single time they talk. These people, you guys, have low attention span. They are bored and they love drama. They feed off negativity. 90% of the time, you guys, if the narcissist is talking, they are lying. They are storytelling. They are telling you 25% of the truth and the rest is a lie. And this is why you have to pay attention to the words and the stories that the narcissist gives you when you're experiencing them. Half the time when narcissists are speaking, they are storytelling. Half of it is correct and the other half is based on lies, and they want to get a reaction out of you. They want to see if you have any empathy, and they want to see how much empathy you have. So another thing is they might tell you, hey, someone robbed me. I went through a situation where someone robbed me. But they won't tell you that they robbed someone and that person came back and robbed them. They won't tell you that part. So narcissists storytell. They'll tell you half truths. Everything they say, everything that comes out of their mouth is a half truth, half lie. So when they tell you someone stole something from me, they're looking at you for, your reaction, how much empathy you have. If they tell you, I'm really low on cash because I got robbed, they're trying to see, is this person willing to offer me some money? Are they willing to lend me some money? How much empathy do you have? Because all they're seeking is supply. This is why they tell stories. When they realize that you're not feeding into any of their stories, they get bored very quickly because they realize this person's not feeding into anything. What can I get out of them? Because they're not feeding into anything. They're not crying. They're not showing me emotions. This is starting to get boring, but that doesn't mean that they will, they will completely leave your life. Narcissists love to storytell and they like to take their time. So, you can be dating this person or being friends with them, and every time you hang out with them, they're feeding you more and more stories, more information. Every single time the narcissist comes around you, they're telling you a story. They might tell you, hey, I had a doctor's appointment and I was supposed to come and have a checkup, and then they told me that I might have breast cancer, so I have to come back. They had to get some tissue samples out of me to make sure that, this bump is not cancerous. A lot of times, they've already gotten the results and they know there's nothing wrong with them, but they're going to tell you a story because that's what narcissists do. They story tell to make themselves look like a victim, to see how much empathy you have, to see if you're willing to compensate them for their fake stories. And if you're not willing to compensate for their fake stories, they're trying to figure out how they can steal from you and how they can take from you silently. So understanding that when you meet people, it is very important to experience them. It's very important to take your time. Narcissists, you guys, do not want to experience you. Narcissists come into your life love bombing you. They do not want to really get to know you. They just love bomb you and steal information to use against you. They'll stay up all night to talk to you on the phone just to take information that literally should take months to years to get out of you within a couple of days, maybe even a week. Information is transferred slowly. This is why you do not know people until you move in with them. You do not know people until you marry them. And sometimes you don't know people until you have a child with them. Narcissists like to love bomb you. They make sure that they are persistent. They make sure that they take their time. They make sure that they give you silent treatments. Narcissists are predators. You will never truly know who the narcissist truly is behind that mask that they put. Even when the narcissist is being exposed by storytelling, the only thing the narcissist will do is tell more stories. They are like Pinocchio. They are human dolls with no soul. They have told so many lies that they can't really go back to just being normal, even if they try, because then they're even lying to themselves. Everything about them is a lie. They are the masters of storytelling. Their life is a story. Their life is an act. Their life is a movie. It's a script that plays over and over again with everyone and anyone, with their children. Their kids end up hating them. So, if this message was helpful, you guys, and don't forget to leave your comments down below and share with us, your experiences with the narcissist storytelling. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.